few people who know me from EVE Online as Horrors, or not. Anyway, I've decided to give YouTubing a go. I do love to fiddle around with stuff that has problems to see if I can work out what's wrong. So, I was given an HP EliteBook Folio 1040G3 notebook to look at recently that was bought at auction by a friend, who said I can't install Windows, can you give it a try? I said sure, sounds easy enough. What he didn't tell me was that the drive was bitlocked and the system wasn't set to boot from external media. The UEFI was password locked at each menu option and showed only 2 boot options, the hard drive or a secure network boot, and I couldn't change anything. This meant that I couldn't force a restore on the bitlocked drive, and I couldn't modify the boot order even with F9 boot menu function, and even if I could have done that, the system physically didn't see the USB drive that I had the Windows reinstall on. I spent a day searching the net for how to reset UEFI password lockouts, how to get around bitlocked drives, etc. Pretty much nothing. Just non-helpful things like use your password to change the settings. Use passkey, which requires you to know the answers to personal questions set up by the original owner. There is a brute force software called Massive that can reset the system passwords, but it needs to be loaded from a USB drive. Then I stumbled over a single line of info in some obscure forum. Disconnecting the COS battery in older notebooks sometimes wipes the passwords. And I thought, well, it's not an old notebook, but I know that this system works for most desktops, so fuck yeah, why not? It didn't reset the passwords. But what it did do was restore the UEFI to a default state while retaining the passwords. Which meant that the first thing it did on booting was to ask which media I wanted to boot from. I selected the SanDisk USB and boom, Windows installed. So this is a teardown on how to disconnect the batteries. And I got the computer to read this because I was lazy. Now on to the show.
Okay, first thing is to disconnect all the peripherals and the power, because you won't be needing those. Flip it over on its back. Now, HP, in their infinite wisdom, instead of using Phillips head, have used a little star driver, 6-pointed screws. I don't have a star driver. What I've got is the head of a star driver off a toolkit somewhere, which will still let me do it. Okay, and this one's magnetic, which is even better. I would store these somewhere where you're not going to lose them. I've got a little jar I put them in. Makes life a lot easier. Mostly. Alright, I'm going to stop the video until I've got all the screws out, and it'll speed things up a little bit. Okay, so we've removed the we've removed the 11 screws that hold the back in. A lot of cases you've got to get a piece of plastic or something, pry the back off. With this particular laptop, they seem to have gone for the easy option, and just basically you need something just to pop the corner up. And then the whole thing just folds off. It's very simple access. Okay, so your 2 battery connectors are there and underneath there. Let me see. We got Fumble fingers wins again. So what you have is power connector for your main battery and the power connector for your CMOS or BIOS batteries connects into a little socket underneath there. So firstly, I don't have any anti-static straps, unfortunately. So that you don't fry anything, if you basically just touch the case for a minute or so to help equalise your static in your hands, and then you should be able to just pop that out. Okay, main battery is disconnected. A little CMOS battery is actually stuck down there on that, and all you got to do is basically give it a little bit of a pull, remembering that that's the upside when you push it back in. Now, battery's disconnected, so you've got no power to keep anything active. What you do then is flip the thing over, facing the right way, which is always good. Open it up, and zoom back out so you can see what we're doing. Push and hold the power button for about 30 seconds just to discharge any capacitors. Yeah, 30 seconds seems to take over forever when you're doing this. Okay, done. Then you just leave it for about 30 minutes. Let the whole system just discharge itself over that period, and then once you've done, connect your CMOS battery. Now this is a little bit trickier than it seems because my eyesight's not all that good, and what I need is a light to be able to see what I'm doing. Right, which I have. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can actually see it from there because of the angle, but there's your little connector in under there, under the bottom of the board. So really all you can do is line it up, push it into place. Once you get it lined up, something like a toothpick or something would be nice at this point. Or maybe a stylus from a tablet. Okay, so just line it up. Alright, let's have a look. Okay, I'm trying to do it upside down. There we go. Just a matter of clicking it back in, stick the battery back down, get the battery cable, main battery cable. Just push it in, make sure it's seated properly. Put the back on. Now I don't screw it in until I've actually tested to make sure everything still works. Okay, comes up system default time is invalid, and you boot it up straight away. Yeehaw! Enter to reboot system. So I put in a thumb drive, USB, press enter. F9 in case it doesn't come up on the right menu. Yep. Now shows the normal boot and the SanDisk Cruiser, which is the boot. So I can boot from that. Press enter. And good to go. In theory.
Well, there you go. This is me being lazy again. I hope this is useful to someone. And my philosophical thought for the day is, some people say, all things come to those who wait. I say, screw that, go out and hunt it down. Cheers.